guys, it is me, Jeannette, aka Sweet Jean. Long time no see. It's been about a month or so. Let's see, what are we today? The 22nd? It's been over a month since my last video. And I do apologize that I have not updated, but I do sometimes post on Instagram. And so all my details for Instagram and Twitter, which I rarely get on, I'll put down in the description below. Just wanted to come on here and touch base with you guys. Kind of just ramblings about what I've been up to these past, 5-6 weeks. Let's see here. So December, let's take it back. December the 22nd, I went in for my chemotherapy. I am on a chemotherapy called Enhertu, and I also take a bone strengthener called Zometa, and this is also through my port, which I have a port here. It's like a button under my skin. It's like you could feel the little button in the middle, but I mean, it's just it feels like a button under there. Anyhow, and that's connected to one of my main arteries, and so my chemotherapy gets administered through there, and my Zometa gets administered through there. They also give me anti-nausea medication, and they also give me Benadryl in case I have a reaction. So it's like Benadryl is what, like an antihistamine? I don't know. So anyhow, sorry about the angle, sorry about the shadows, sorry about the lighting. I'm in my room. I live in my room basically. And I don't have a desk at the moment, which I'm working on. Everything here is slow moving when it comes to me. So on the 22nd, I had my chemotherapy, I had my Zometa, my bone strengthener. I had the Benadryl, I had the anti-nausea, and then my labs came back that my my potassium was low. So then they, obviously let my doctor know that the potassium was at a low range, which I don't know what the number or what it read. But anyhow, so she ordered them to give me IV potassium. And if any of you guys have ever had potassium given or administered through your IV, that freaking burns the crap out of me. And I think it burns, it has that burning sensation or feeling for everybody. And I usually have a high pain tolerance, but this one was like, I had potassium last year, so I know that it burns, and I'm like, oh my god. So I don't know if I said she ordered an IV potassium. It wasn't through my IV, it was through my port, thank god, because even though I could still feel the sensation of the potassium, it did not burn, like, I mean, at all. I could feel it, like, but it didn't burn, because when I had it through my IV last year, I mean, I almost, because I had to have it administered over 4 hours, and I didn't think I could make it. I mean, I was getting ready to have the nurse, take it out. Like, if you don't take it out, I'm gonna pull the needle out, because I can't take it. That's how bad it burned. But I powered through, and I made it. I made it. So they gave me the potassium through my port. So that was the 22nd of December. Then on Christmas, we had a small gathering. I say small, but I don't know. Maybe I'll include some pictures at the end of this video of our Christmas and our New Year's. Let's see. So Christmas was good. Two of my friends got together and surprised me with an Aura Estelle planner in the color I believe is called rose quartz, and it's a vegan leather A5 wide size planner, which I've been eyeing it for a year, but I couldn't justify buying it, even if it was like in payments. um, because they're just so pretty, golly. So my friends got together and split up. One got me the planner, and my other friend got me the inserts, which were the weekly, weekly inserts, and they got me two different kinds. I actually still have them in the box. I feel bad. Sorry, guys. I feel bad that I haven't opened it up yet and put it together yet. But it's just this, I don't have a desk in here, so, and my spine and my back, um, I could do it sitting down on my bed, but I would have to prop the pillows up. I'd have to get something to hold my phone or my camera. And it's just like a process, which I've been having a little bit more energy lately. So I want to um, open it up and show you guys the planner itself. But they got me two different inserts. They're both weekly inserts, but one of them is a vertical insert, so it's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so forth. And then the other one is an hourly, which I could mark like when I woke up, put it for that time, and then like when I had breakfast, when I took my pills, and if I took a nap, I can mark it for however long I took a nap. So basically, the planner is gonna be it's gonna be a learning process for me because I haven't used the hourly planner before, and I'm not sure, how I'm going to use it or utilize it. But I need to keep track of things like my symptoms. I would like to add my blood sugar numbers. Whenever I go to chemo, I want to put my weight because just to keep track of my weight. Um, and like I said, my symptoms, like whenever I get nauseated, whenever I'm nauseous, I want to keep track of that. I want to keep track of what I ate. Maybe I could figure out if something's causing the nausea. Um, I also want to use it as like a memory planner. So, mark people's birthdays and if we did anything for that day. I also want to use it like for like an expense report, things that I purchase, um, bills that need to be paid and on what day. Like there's so many things that I could use to fill up this planner. But I think I'm going to use it for like a wellness planner and also like a memory keeper type thing. I don't know if that was a gunshot or if that was a firecracker. But anywho, sorry about any outside external noise that you may hear. We live by a main street here. My parents are listening to music on Alexa. They got it for Christmas, so they're always playing different kinds of music. And I think they're having a couple of cocktails. So I live with my parents, so I can't tell them like, hey, I'm recording, can y'all keep it down? Because it's their house. And I basically live in this one room, which we just painted. There's a few other things that I need to put up the shelving because my son took the shelves down and spray painted them for me pink. So I need to put the shelves up. I need to move the bed and finish. There's some, the baseboards need to be painted or painted over because I think my son did one go over, one like layer. And so this room used to be like a sage green, and now it's like a pink, like a real light baby pink. It's hard to tell. This is my jacket, and it's pink. So it's like the walls are pink. So anyhow, so Christmas was good. New Year's we had more family over, like my dad's sister and excuse me, some of my cousins. And so I was feeling a little bit better, but I kept having to, recline in the recliner and rest my neck because my neck is what bothers me. And I don't like to take more than the recommended dosage of my pain medication because, for one, I don't like to take medicine unless I really have to. And secondly, it causes me to be constipated. Sorry to be so blunt, but I don't sugarcoat anything on this channel. I mean, I may try to use alternate words. But I've just been feeling lately, I don't know if it's the weather, I don't know if it's cabin fever, I don't know if it's lack of movement because I've been stuck in the home for the most part, or if it's just, everybody's going through this, like, not, like, how should I say it? Not everybody, but a lot of people are just wanting life to go back to normal. And this new normal that we've been living in, as far as the pandemic and all that, it's like, I don't know. So I've just been, and then also I've been on chemo for going on 6 years. So it's just catching up to me, and I'm finding that I'm just fatigued all the time, weak. My mind is like, I'm not as sharp as I used to be. That could be age as well, because I'm an old lady. But I guess it was right after New Year's I started to lose my memory, or I was having symptoms of being delirious, because I've been delirious before and I was in the hospital for it. I didn't know what year it was. I didn't know who the president was. I didn't know what 2 times 2 was. And the really sad part of being delirious is that my son came to visit me in the hospital and I did not recognize him. I don't even remember seeing him or talking to him. The only reason why I know is because my sister told my cousin, and then my cousin who came to visit me after that at home here, she mentioned it, and I was like, what? Because I was telling her about how I was, in the hospital and being delirious, and she goes, oh yeah, I know. And I was telling her everything that everybody had told me, like my mom and my sister, like, she didn't know this, she didn't know that, she da-da-da-da, and they purposely left out the part of me not recognizing my son, but they told her. So when I was telling her about all my symptoms, and she goes, oh yeah, I remember your mom said that you didn't recognize your son. And I was like, what? And then she was like, oh, was I not supposed to say that? And I'm like, what? And she goes, I'm sorry, but they told me that you didn't recognize Diamond, which is my son. His name is Diamond, but everybody calls him Diamond. And I just started crying, and the reason why I started crying is because he came to visit me in the hospital, and it was his birthday, and And I'm a single parent. I'm the only parent he's ever known. I'm sorry, I'm getting a napkin. I'm the only parent that he has. Only parent he's ever known. And our whole life has been, oh, our whole life was like, I got your back and you got my back. I need to be able to depend on you 100%, as you are able to depend on me 100%. There's nobody in the world that's going to love you more than me, and vice versa. We're all that we've got, and we need to trust each other and be truthful. And I got your back no matter what. And so our whole life has been just me and him. And so for him to go to the hospital on his birthday to come see me, which he didn't want to go to the hospital because he doesn't like to see me sick, or he doesn't like to be around sick people. He doesn't like hospitals. I think he's just traumatized from when I went to the hospital. I had to have the emergency spinal surgery, and I had to sign all these waivers and sign a advance directive, and I had to sign, my sister's power of attorney, because the cancer was in my spinal column, getting ready to pinch my spinal cord, and it would have paralyzed me from the neck down. I would not have been able to breathe on my own. I would have had to be, in a wheelchair the rest of my life. So I think he was just traumatized. So anyhow, I was delirious, and I didn't even know. I had no idea that I went to the hospital. And my cousin was the one that told me, like, oh yeah, they said that Damien went to go see you and you didn't recognize him, and he, was upset about it, and he had to leave. So anyhow, I started recently, a couple of weeks ago, feeling delirious. Like, I didn't know how to work my phone. I didn't know how to send a text message. I couldn't dial. I couldn't remember my house number. And so I was still alert enough to be like, oh my God, so it's happening again. And so anyways, my I had lactulose, which helps with pneumonia. And that means whenever I get delirious, like not that I get delirious all the time. This is only the second time. Yeah, the second time that it's happened. It's because I have high ammonia, and the lactulose helps regulate the ammonia, and it also helps with having my bowels move along. So anyhow, I started to feel that, and then my son got nervous, and he kept bringing me my lactulose 30 ml. I take 30 ml 3 times a day when I start to feel that I need help with my bowels to move, because it's like a laxative, or if I start to feel confused. So my son was like, every few hours he was bringing my medicine, and then then he'd come and check on me, and then he'd come and bring me more medicine, and I hate the way it tastes. And he's like, Mama, sit up. You have to take your medicine. I'm sorry, I know you're resting, I know you're relaxing, or I know you're napping, but you need to drink your medicine. And my poor son, like, he didn't want me to get too far off. So luckily, he brought me back from it getting any worse. Like, I snapped out of it. I was able, my ammonia finally settled down, and I was able to get everything out. And so that kid, even though he's an adult, that kid takes care of his mama. And I very much appreciate that. And then he'll come in sometimes in the morning, and he'll rub my leg. Mama, did you take your morning pill? And I'm like, no, let me get up and let me take it. He goes, okay, because you have to be on an empty stomach. And you can't eat until, at least an hour after you take it. I'm like, I know, son. So he's just always very helpful. So anyhow, I got a refill. My doctor refilled that. So I went to see her on the 12th of January for chemotherapy, because I get chemo every 3 weeks. And I was I was hoping and praying that they weren't going to give me a hard time, because the chemotherapy is what's keeping the cancer from spreading. It's keeping it contained, and it's keeping it from growing where it already is. Which, if you are new to my channel, I have stage 4 advanced metastatic breast cancer, and it is considered terminal, which I don't like to say or breathe those words out loud, but that's what it's considered. And I'll be on chemotherapy for the rest of my life. I may not die of breast cancer, but I will die with it. So I have it in my left breast, my lymph nodes, my chest, my neck, my liver, my lungs, the lining of the abdomen, and my bones. I think that's it. Yeah. And so, anyhow, I thought they were going to give me a hard time because it's the new year. And with the new year comes your deductible starts all over again. And the deductible that I have is with Blue Cross Blue Shield Medicare Advantage. And I believe it's $6,000. And sometimes they want half right up front and a payment plan for the remaining balance. And if I can't pay it half up front, then the billing office says they're going to withhold my chemo, which I think is pretty shitty, because it's like they're holding in their hands the chemotherapy that's keeping me alive. But, oh, if you can't pay, then I'm sorry, we can't give it to you. And it's like, they won't let me make a payment plan for the whole amount. They want at least half. And chemo is not cheap. And so I kept trying to be positive. I was trying to, breathe positivity out into the universe. And luckily, she only asked for $35, which was like a copay. And so I was like, oh, okay. So then I went ahead and I gave her $100 bill, and I said, can you just take the $35 copay and the remainder of that money, put that towards my balance or for the new deductible that's going to be coming up? Because I know that my doctor's office, I know none of them work for free. I know that lab isn't free, lab work. I know my doctor's visit isn't free. I know the chemotherapy isn't free. I know that I have to pay. And I don't mind paying. It's just I can't pay $3,000 at once. And so I wanted to make sure and pay something that day to show in good faith that, yes, I'm aware. And I'm not trying to get away with anything. I can pay, but when I can pay, what? I'll give you what I can when I can. And, it's just a shame that they don't take care credit, because my mom took out a care credit account to help pay for medical expenses, and they don't take it. I'm like, oh my God, I wish I would have known, because the care credit, she purposely got that for me to help pay for the deductible, and then they don't even take it. I'm like, my goodness gracious. So anyhow, I said, okay, I gave her the copay, and I was like, really, oh my goodness, I'm waiting for them. I'm just waiting for like someone from billing to call me to talk to me. But then they called me in for labs. I'm like, okay. So I went in, I did my labs. I'm like, don't get too excited yet. It's a long day. They could stop you at any point in your appointment process, because I see, I go and do the lab work, and then I go down the hall to my doctor's area, and then I go wait in the lobby, and then the doctor calls me in, and she goes over my labs and any testing that I may have had done, which I did. I had a echocardiogram in December, so she said that everything looked fine with that. And then we spoke for a little bit, touched base about my symptoms and my pain, and if I needed any refills on anything. And so then from there, she's like, okay, well, go ahead and go to the infusion room and I'll send the order. And I'm like, okay, great. I'm like, oh my goodness, don't get too excited yet until they actually have the chemo going through you. So then they, hooked up to my port. And so she started the chemotherapy, and I'm like, yes. They didn't stop me. They didn't stop me to talk to me about my deductibles. So it's like I feel like I kind of got away with getting chemo without having to pay. But I don't know, hopefully. And I'm always asking them, like, there's programs out there that the billing office are aware of to help pay for like a copay assist or a deductible assist, or like a cancer care fund, or like financial aid for terminal patients, or you know what I mean. Like, there's programs out there that they can apply for me to help pay. And I just haven't called them to ask them why they didn't collect, because I don't want them to say, oh, thank you for letting us know. Yes, you owe, $3,000 on your next visit. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather just pay, every so often. Every time I go, like $100, $150, just depending on what I have. Anyhow, I know I can ramble on and on. I always have the habit of making a short story long. So then, let's see here. My goddaughter's birthday was on the 13th. She turned 25. So we went out to eat. So I mustered up the strength. The day before, I slept it off because, let's see, Wednesday I had the chemo. Thursday I slept and I just stayed in bed the whole time, because I knew that on Friday we were gonna, go out to eat. And even if I was nauseated, I still wanted to go, even if it's just to drink ice water, just to be present. Because yes, I feel weak. Yes, I'm tired. Yes, my sharpness is at an all-time low. My memory is at an all-time low. I have all these things going on with me, but when it comes to certain occasions that are coming up, I try and make the best effort I can to get up, shower, put myself together, at least put my brows on, and try to be present and make memories with my family. What's the use of being in bed every single day, weak and tired and fatigued and nauseated? Yes, but I have to push myself and must muster up the strength to participate and be present in the moment and put on a smile even though I'm hurting inside, and push those feelings to the back, and just be there, make memories. Yes, I can function daily, but the quality of life is what I'm looking for and what I'm needing and what I wish I had more of. So anyhow, we went to go have some food, and I was able to eat. And anyhow, that was nice. And then today, which is the 22nd, was my nephew's birthday. He turned 5 years old. And so again, yesterday, I stayed in bed. I took it easy. I didn't eat anything heavy or greasy. And because I knew that I was going to need to be my best today. So again, got up, got dressed, laid and relaxed, put on my makeup, laid and relaxed. So if like the party was at 1:30, so then I made a point to start at like 10:45, 11, because it takes me at least 2 hours to do everything, because I have to I run out of energy, or I run out of strength, and I just feel weak. So like after I shower, I lay down, and then I'm like, okay, I caught my breath, I feel okay. So then I get up, sit up, and then I put on my makeup, and then I'm like, I lay back in the bed, and I'm like, okay, and I lay down for a little bit. Then I get up, and I'm like, okay, let me put on my my clothes. Then I change, and then I'm like, oh, okay. Then I lay down. And so then, I allow myself the time it takes with breaks, so that way I'm not rushing. Because if I'm rushing, I won't have a good day or a good evening. I'll just be tired and just anyhow. So yeah, I will probably add some pictures at the end of this video. I know it's long, it's already 32 minutes, but I'll add some pictures at the end of this video if you care to see it. It's some Christmas pictures, maybe some New Year's pictures, my niece's birthday. I didn't take any pictures today. I just wasn't in the mood, and it was really cold, so I took a lot of breaks inside with the heater. But other than that, I'm starting to kind of get out of the slump of having chemo. It's been a little over a week, 7, 8, 9. So we're looking at 9 days since I had my last chemo. So I'm starting to feel a little bit better, a little bit more energy. And so hopefully I can get this video up and on the interwebs on YouTube today. So I know this was just a rambling video of me talking. I just wanted to touch base with and just let you know what I've been up to. So I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.
Spinning it, see how the time takes it different?
Wow, good job.
Oh, be careful.
You can't do wheelies yet.
Why are there extra screws over here?
They put extras just in case. Daddy,
Right,
Mama, baby.
like super rad.
Super Dave, Evil Knievel. Wow. Let me see your bike. Let me see it. Wow. Woohoo! Good job.
You're putting it together right now. He's gonna open it. One more, no, he's gonna open it.
Awesome, dude.
Happy birthday. He's trying to open it with his teeth. Wow, man. That's pretty.
Let me see what you got.
Awesome! Yes, we do. Look at that. Jennifer,
Oh my goodness.
Jennifer,
I love it.
says we have the same.
This is for all of y'all guys.
You're gonna lay under the tree.
A gift to y'all.